What is up, guys? Zach in here.
Rick in here.
And in today's video, we're going to go over how to get 25 leads consistently every single week in this video.
Every week?
Yeah, every week. So a lot of wholesalers have been asking me a lot through the DMs is, hey, Zach, how can I consistently get leads? Or how did I get 10 leads a week or 15 or 30? And truthfully, I truly think a lot of people who want to make 6 figures a year, you really got to be pushing in like 25 leads a week. That's kind of what I've been seeing.
Absolutely. Without leads, it's the lifeline to your wholesaling operation. And if you're not getting that amount of leads, you've got to find a way to up them. So I think that's what we're here to talk about, right?
Exactly. I mean, it's just to get 25 leads every single week. It comes down to 2 things I've seen the most. It's what is your budget? And number 2 is how much time you're willing to spend. I know we talk to so many people in our lives that say, hey, I want to get consistent leads, but I work a 9 to 5. What can I do to magically not work in myself to do the sweat equity and leads just come to me? My favorite line is, okay, if you don't have the time, you need to put the money. Oh, I don't have the money either. It's a yin and a yang. Like, you got to have the time or the money.
Either or. And I got to be honest with you, I find most successful wholesalers come from the very, very tight budget, because that's how I came. I only had a couple $100s to make my first a few lists work. And so what I would painstakingly go through an Excel spreadsheet and I would go through every property, because I needed the best. If I could only get 500 prospects, I had to make sure I had the best 500. So I couldn't afford the 5,000 list. So I would narrow down the 5,000 to 500. That was like 15 hours of work. Nobody saw that in the background. That's what I had to do, because I didn't have money to give up to it. On the other side, I've seen the opposite effect, where people, well, I got $10,000 to drop.
Yeah.
You're not paying attention. You assume everybody's going to do everything for you. You assume every software is magic. Software is just a tool to point you in the direction to try to get you as many motivated sellers as possible. But just because you throw money at it doesn't mean it works. I can tell you countless times, pay-per-click, Facebook ads. If it was that easy, guys, then only the richest guys would be dominating in wholesaling.
Exactly. But if you want 25 leads a week, I truly believe the number one thing you have to be doing right now is what we do is we create a budget of our money and a budget of our time. How much time are we spending, or our team is spending, pulling lists, and how much time are we spending executing that list? Our VAs cold calling, our direct mailing going out, us talking to sellers. I truthfully believe that 25 leads a week, you have to have that time budget and that money budget.
I agree. And by having the budget and the time budget, it forces you to be consistent. You have to look at it every month. So if you don't have a marketing schedule and a budget, you got to do the budget, then the schedule. It's going to force you. And what'll happen is you'll start out going, okay, oh my God, it's the end of the month. I got to get my marketing out. So you got to start evening it out per week, and then you can dial it down the quarter, and then per year. So if you planned on, say if you're going to spend $12,000 in marketing for the year, so probably $1,000 a month, and you'll make it work. You can't spend it all in 1 month, and you can't spend it at the end. You need time. And I've seen the other way, whereas people overspend on, they think they can throw $10,000 a month at it. If you do not have systems and processes in place, you're going to outspend your marketing and you're wasting money. Or if you're just starting out and you're brand new, you're doing virtual and you're doing 10 or 20 or 30,000 leads, and you're a one-man or one-woman army, you're going to burn yourself out. And to be honest with you, you're getting way too many leads coming in. You don't have the time to work through them, and you're actually working against you're kind of swimming upriver is what I'm saying.
Here's another thing is what is a lead? Because my favorite thing is someone says, I get 1,000 leads a week, and they're killing it with how many leads they're getting, but they get no deals. I'd rather be the guy who gets, I know we're doing a video on 25 leads a week, but I'm rather the guy that gets 10 extremely qualified leads that hey, come to my house, meet me, I need to sell, versus the guy getting 1,000 maybes. What is the importance of a quality lead, and what do you even consider a lead?
So it's important to understand. So whenever we all talk about lists.
Yeah.
A list is just a prospect.
Exactly.
So if
they're not leads. I pulled 10,000 leads.
So think about it. If you were putting together a competitive team, doesn't matter what it is, you get a list of prospects, and say you can only put 5 people on the court, and you got a list of 50, you have prospects. You want to find the best ones in there. Now, in our deal, anyone's motivated to kind of go from the prospect list to the lead list. Mm-hmm. It's what your threshold is from a prospect to a lead. A lot of people mistake prospects for leads, and sometimes people use the word interchangeably, like a lead's a prospect. It's not it. So if you have a list of 5,000 people, you got to understand, like you got to boil it down to the ones that you want to spend time with. And so you got to start with your definition. So we always start with the prospect. If a prospect shows a sign of motivation, whatever your qualifications are, then they move into your CRM, which is going to be a lead. Once they're your lead, it's up to you to decide how urgent the lead is, and you should divide them. So real simple stuff, cold, medium, and hot. Like I see people with like 9 different color codes. Like, guys, deal with the hot ones that are on your radar every day and you're dealing with. The medium ones, you're probably touching every 7 to 10 days. And the cold ones, probably a 30 or 60-day follow-up. And by the way, as you know, follow-ups, not everybody's ready to sell. Oh, and those will add up and help your lead counts get you to that 25 a week. But you got to start somewhere. After you're doing this consistently for 3 months, from your follow-ups, you can consistently have 5 to 10 good quality leads getting close to doing a deal with you. But that takes time. And if you don't have a consistent follow-up, so don't forget to do follow-ups to add to your lead count. Because,
I agree.
Yeah, you got to have it. Because you've done all the work. You've done all the lay of the land. Because you forgot to call them. That's what the CRM does. I go, hey, here's the 15 people you need to call today that you made a commitment to 30 days ago. And they're the easiest phone calls. 9 times out of 10, you're leaving a message, sending a text, and time and circumstances change. Weather changes. People pass away. People get job promotions. People get fired. Kids grow up. People have babies. Like, this is what institutes change. So that's kind of it on that.
No, I agree. So if anyone watching this right now, they really want to like, what kind of plan can I have? You can get 25 leads a week easily with any budget. With $0, $100 that week for a budget. Let's say you have a $3,000 budget this month for it. There's just so many different ways to do it. And I really wanted to break down my favorite. We kind of talked before this, what our favorite ones are. So my favorite with zero budget, I mean, if you had no money at all, I would say with $0, go out there, pull a probate list from the clerk of the court, use Tree People Search, and start cold calling that. You call enough of those, you'll easily get 25 a week. And these are probate leads.
I like probates.
With your opinion on a probate lead, they are probably pound for pound. I know we like some MMA around here. Pound for pound ranking.
Yeah.
I would put probates number 1, right?
Heavyweights.
It's like the heavyweights, pound for pound. What is the best lead you can possibly get? I would say it's a hot probate lead. Yeah. Those things are amazing. So $0.
Typically vacant. They are obviously there's been a huge life event in someone's life.
Yeah.
And most of them need a lot of repairs. It is the perfect formula for a wholesale. Vacant, repairs, and even though it's death, it is a motivation.
Yeah.
A life change has to happen because nobody wants to pay for that property without someone living there. So most people in probates, just the perfect scenario. So
I agree.
I like to go with path of least resistance first. So if you get path of least resistance, oh, by the way, they are the most profitable deals by far.
Oh,
hands down.
That's why I'm saying pound for pound, it's the best. But you got no money, no dollars. I would say that's probably the best one cold calling wise. Now you get a little bit of money. I think once you start creeping in $100 a month, $200, it's not a lot of money compared to what we spend, but at that money you can start driving for dollars, and that makes it so much easier than cold calling sometimes. And you can drive for dollars around your market and start cold calling those leads. They are on fire. You can easily pump it up to 25 leads a week easily. And that's one of the best ones out there, driving for dollars leads. And then obviously if we're going to 500, 1,000, we could start doing SMS text blasting. Those work really well, but 25 SMS text blasting leads versus 25 driving for dollars leads. Sometimes there's a huge difference, but it's really, I don't want to be too crazy of a title, but I do agree that once you spend $3 or $4 grand, you do Facebook ads. I've seen people doing radio ads, TV ads. I've seen, we do a lot of direct mail. I mean, direct mail has given us the most consistent leads, but it's one of the most expensive.
It is. And
they just increased the postage again, right?
Yeah. and they hit the small postcard the hardest. So it's, but like you got to consider what your, so when you get to a certain level, what's your time worth?
It's true. Also, when they increase the direct mail price, I mean, that's less people we got to deal with. So
That's
the
true.
economies of scale is better.
So I'm a direct mail guy, but I started out that way, and I'm probably one of the premier guys for doing direct mail across the country, and it's great duplicating other people's systems, but the problem is if you're duplicating it means a bunch of other people doing it, and that's some of the cross-contamination in that. But the idea is focus on ways to get at least 25 leads per week. And so we've established you don't need prospects, you need leads. Obviously, you're going to need a lot of prospects to get those 25 leads.
Exactly.
So what else?
Okay. So guys, I mean, I would love to end this on a great quote that I don't know if you've coined it. I've heard it from somewhere. I don't know. I think it's just a general knowledge thing is to get consistent leads, to get consistent deals, you need consistent marketing, consistent lead pulling. Mm-hmm. Consistency is, I'm saying that word a million times in this video, but truthfully, when it comes to getting consistent leads, it's all about doing consistent lead pulling. A government list are my favorite: water shutoffs, fire damage properties, probates, code violations, tax liens, divorce, just pulling these government type lists and then just using any marketing channel, cold calling, SMS, text blasting. Heck, even door knocking works really well. I truthfully believe if you consistently pull leads and consistently market, you'll never have a problem pulling in 25 leads a week. You got the acquisitions on point. That's consistent deals, and that means consistent money.
So just don't fall in the trap. We all start out by ourselves. I'm fine. Yeah. Guys, I did a long time by myself. Is you start marketing, you start taking phone calls, you go on appointments, you lock up contracts, you get busy with cash buyers. I forgot to market.
Oh my gosh.
If you skip the marketing, I guarantee you're going to have a 3-month gap in income, and that's the problem. So you have to find a way, no matter what you do. I would figure out the marketing first and find a way to be super, super consistent. There's amazing tools out there to help you out. I think we share just about every one of them with you, but marketing, without marketing, consider it the blood in your veins. Without it, you are going to die. I don't know when, but eventually you are going to die, and it's a painful feeling. And it's like you feel like you're kind of like steering the ship, and like you're thrusting the engines, you're putting oil in, and you're trying to get everything ready. Guys, without marketing, you don't have to worry about any of it. Do I have to worry about accounting? No. So become a master marketer, like meaning, and a master marketer is just being consistent. You have to do it. So simply budget it, set the time for it, and follow through it. And guys, you can do it weekly, you can do it monthly, depending on what meeting you're doing. And when you do it, you'll get regular base. And once you do it regularly, leads stack up on each other. And when leads stack up, the 25 is easy. In the beginning, it's a little challenging because you're going from zero. But if you're committed to this business, wholesaling, and your why is strong enough, after 90 days, you should have that stacking ability. Like, how deep does our CRM go? There's thousands and thousands of, like, you could hire a VA all day to sit there and cold call the leads. It's insurmountable, but that did not happen overnight. It definitely didn't happen. In the old days, I didn't even keep a CRM. And guys, a CRM is just a tool to manage stuff. It will not sell for you. It will not market for you. Like, the CRM has nothing to do with marketing other than the follow-up piece to help you build up on those numbers. So consistently, so we all get in the trap of when we start out. So if you can deal with the marketing up front, so take that extra time out. If you got to get up Sunday to figure out what your marketing plan is, do it. Do not wait till the last minute because you're stressed looking at the numbers. And by the way, if you are spending any dollars marketing, this took me a long time to learn this. It's not an expense. It's an income opportunity. Exactly. So if I'm going to spend $500 on marketing, maybe a skip trace list, I'm like, God, I think there's 500 potential people I can get a wholesale deal from. Instead, in the beginning, I used to go, oh my God, I got to write a check for $5,000 or $3,000. And I used to like lose sleep over it. Like, oh my God, how am I going to do it? But I realized quickly that if I didn't spend that money, I had zero opportunity and the lights are going to go out.
Boom.
So
that's it.
Guys, consistency.
Thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. Smash that like button and subscribe, and we'll see you on the next video.
Thanks guys.